In this video, we're going to talk about for and against essays. What is the general outline for such essays? What characterizes them, and what kind of techniques should you include when writing for and against essays? So, these are formal pieces of writing which discuss the advantages and disadvantages of a topic. Arguments on both sides of the topic are presented in equal detail. The writer's opinion is included in the conclusion. But it is very important before you write whatever you're writing, even if it is an opinion essay or a contrastive essay, it doesn't matter. You have to do some brainstorming. Brainstorming, you know, it is when you put your thoughts and ideas on the paper first and then you start arranging them. You should also know what topic sentence is. The topic sentence introduces the main idea. It should be followed by supporting sentences that further explain the main idea of the topic. These are some tips that you should know and you should include in your writing. The general outline for and against essay or the structure is this way. Of course, we always need an introduction or the introductory paragraph. Here, in this paragraph, you should state the topic. Then, the body contains 2 paragraphs at least. A main body in which one paragraph contains the points for, plus, of course, justifications and examples. And the other paragraph contains the points against, plus justifications and examples. Conclusion. In conclusion, we always summarize our opinion, our arguments, and here is also stated the writer's opinion. One more time. The introduction, you state the topic. Body, 2 paragraphs. In the first one, you state the points for plus examples. In the second, points against plus examples. And in the conclusion, a summary of the arguments and your own opinion. In the introductory paragraph, we talk generally about the topic without giving a personal opinion here. We have an example taken from the book, like the internet has become an important part of the people's lives. It has diverse uses depending on the needs of the individual, and the importance of the internet in daily life is unquestionable. This is an introduction. A main body, as I told you, presents your justifications, your points for and points against. Points for. There are different arguments in support of the internet. Firstly, email is a fast way to contact people and keep in touch. In addition to this, the internet is a crucial tool for communication and information. It is a revolution in information technology. About the points against. However, there are also arguments against the internet. It can be addictive, and as a result, people who spend a lot of time in front of the screen can get ill easier. Some sites are unsuitable for children, and radiation released by computer screen is harmful to eyes. In conclusion, the closing paragraph, as I told you, the writer gives an opinion or a balanced consideration of the topic. Here we have an example. All things considered, although the internet provides useful websites, I think people need to be very careful regarding the time they spend in front of it and websites they decide to use. So, Argumentative essays, also as we call for and against essays, are characterized by formal vocabulary or advanced vocabulary, and also we must use longer sentences instead of short sentences. Like we have the example here, it is not wise to conduct financial transitions with a credit card if we have cash, as you get into debt. So keep in mind, formal or advanced vocabulary, longer sentences. Then you must use formal linking words as well, like for this reason, whereas, although, meanwhile, and so on. Another characteristic is that passive is used in for and against essays, like electronic payments can be made online. Instead of saying you can pay online, electronic payments can be made online. Keep in mind to use passive as much as you can when you write for and against essays. Also, you should remember to use techniques for introductions and techniques for conclusion. You should start with an objective statement, or you should make a reference to a surprising scene to make it more interesting, or you should start with a quotation or a saying. This is very, very likely. Techniques for conclusions. Here you have to give the reader something to consider. You can also end with a quotation. Here we have an example of a for and against essay with the introduction, points for and points against. These two paragraphs are called the main body, and here we have the last one, conclusion. These are all the paragraphs that I already read to you. This is it. I hope you understood, and don't forget to write your own essays on your Google Classroom.